Okay, so Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Brakatah, Kala Yahweh Shem Yahshua Bashem Vakar Kodash, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shem Mashak, Brakatah Rashavala, Brakatah Yahweh, the honor city apostle knows a great millstone who taught us truth, and who are overseeing the construction of the tabernacle of David, a more perfect tabernacle. Shalom to the Akim, Bothim, Akboth, and Shalom to the sincere believers that are scattered abroad. This is Yahweh Sop, my Yashar Alabama Yahweh, come to you live through the spirit and power Yahweh Hashem Yahshua to give you another quick lesson. So YouTube took down my Mark of the Beast video, I believe, because I did some certain things that they didn't like. So I'm gonna just go back into it, and I'm not going to go as deep into it as I did, so that the video can be up there and the information be out there to edify the people. So we're going to go quickly to Revelations 13 and 16. And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is the wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast. So we're gonna go into this word mark. Because a lot of camps and a lot of Christianiters like to say that the mark is not something physical, it's something spiritual or something asinine, like sleeping with white women or Christianity or some other weird thing. And Christianiters like to say that the mark is supposed to be spiritual or something like that. So let's go into the word for a mark, which is
Strong's G 5480 Charagba. Charagba.
which means a stamp, an imprinted mark. Of the mark stamped on the forehead or right hand as the badge of the followers, you know what I'm saying? The mark branded upon horses. A thing carved, is that physical or spiritual? Sculpture, is that physical or spiritual? Graven work of idolatrous images, is that spiritual or physical? Now here at if you follow the Great Millstone Doctrine here at GMS, we teach that the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip radio frequency identification device. You know what I'm saying? Why do we teach that? Because it goes not only does it go hand in hand with this definition, a stamp and imprinted mark, it also has to apply to these scriptures. Because what does the scripture say? He causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that what? And that no man might buy or sell. Is that physical or spiritual? Save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So we teach that the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast, because why? It goes along with the scripture. You know what I'm saying? That the if you keep up with the news articles, which I'm not gonna bring up because I feel like that's what got my video taken down. They're trying to get everybody to take this chip, you know what I'm saying, to not only to digitize monetary purchases, but to digitize actually life itself, digitize life. And if you been following certain practices over the year, we went from swiping our credit cards on our debit cards, magnetic strip swiping, to inserting a chip. You know what I'm saying? Now we have what is called Apple Pay and Tap Pay, Google Pay. Also, you have what inside your phone a SIM card that gives your SIM card the ability to carry a service. You know what I'm saying? Your SIM card also holds, if I'm not mistaken, in some devices it holds the memory. It holds the operational services of that device. And then I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna bring up any articles, but if you do some diligent research into it, you already see that in Sweden, these people are doing what the scripture says they would do. You know what I'm saying? Buying and selling with this mark, buying and selling with this device, and more importantly, let's go to Revelations 3 and 10, because right here in the scripture says it causes all. Let's go to Revelations 3 and 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So let's see. Let's go into these words. I will also keep thee from the hour.
Strong.
Hora.
Strong's G 5610. Hora.
It's a certain definite time or season fixed by natural law of the season, year, spring. Any definite time, point in time, moment. So we got that. Now we're going to go to of temptation. It says an experiment, attempt, trial, proving the trial of a man's fidelity, integrity, virtue, consistency, and enticement to sin, to temptation, whether arising from desires or from outward circumstances, an eternal temptation to sin, of the condition of things of mental state by which are enticed to sin, adversity, affliction, trouble sent by God, serving to test or prove one's character, faith, holiness. So this scripture is literally saying, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the season of trial, from the season of testing of your integrity, from the season or the time of testing one's spiritual integrity. It says, which shall come upon all the earth to try them that dwell upon the earth. Let's see what that phrase to try is going to say. To try. To try whether a thing can be done. What's that thing to be done? To try who you got your faith in. Do you have your faith in this system, or do you have your faith in the Most High God? Because if you're going to follow my logic, if I can't go in the store and buy some food, if I can't go to the gas station to get some gas to put in my car, if I can't go to work, if I can't do this and the third, what am I going to do? You're going to have faith that the Lord is going to provide for you. You're going to have faith in the Most High God, because one, receiving this mark and taking this chip is an unforgivable sin. So let's keep going. To try and make trial of test for the purpose of ascertaining his quality. To try to test one's faith, virtue, or character by enticement to sin. Let's go back to Revelation 13. And he calls of all. Because thou hast kept the patience of because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will. Let's go back to this so I don't have to work for paraphrase. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the earth, world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. All, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Oh, it's like you went to the wrong. He calls them all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in the forehead, is that no man might buy or sell save that he had the mark. You know what I'm saying? And that's important. Because like I said, if we're going to follow my logic, and we're going to say that this mark of the beast is the RFID microchip, based on the fact that it has to apply to the scriptures. Because why? It has to be something. We're moving into a digital age. This mark is something physical. It's not spiritual. We're moving to a digital age. How else in the digital age are we going to be able to buy and sell? How else in the digital age are we going to be able to go into stores or open things, or you know what I'm saying? We already have these devices and these digital services right now. You know what I'm saying? So let's say how much more in 3 to 4 years? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, if we're gonna follow my logic about, because like Revelation 3 and 10 says, it's literally the season of testing one's faith or testing one's integrity. And like how else is that? How else is that gonna come about? It can't be a spiritual test. It has to be something physical. Because although sin is a transgression of law, and that comes by you being mentally or spiritually enticed to do something. What that transgression is something physical. You actually have to do something to sin. You don't sin spiritually. You take an action to actually sin. So let's go to Revelation 14 to let you know how this is something. This is not a forgivable sin. It says this is not something you can be forgiven for. So if you're teaching people, if you're not teaching people the truth and you're leading people astray, you know what I'm saying? You're doing them a great disservice, because this is not something you can just pray away. You know what I'm saying? And it says, and the third angel followed him, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, what's going to happen? The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of Yahweh Shah, the Lamb. And it says, and the smoke of their torment is sent up forever and ever, and they have no rest day or night who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. And that's important, because this is not something you can pray away. This is not something that you can get wrong. This test has one right answer and multiple wrong answers. And if you don't choose that right answer, you fail. And failing is a horrific death. You know what I'm saying? And that's important, because like I keep saying, if you're out here teaching people and leading them astray and not telling them what the mark of the beast actually is, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna cause them to error. You're gonna cause them to take this thing ignorantly, and they're gonna be destroyed along with you who taught them what they know. Let's go to a couple scriptures to come to mind. This is Ezekiel 3:17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word of my mouth, and give them warning from me, warning from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua. It says, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die. When I say unto the wicked, if you take this mark of the beast, you're going to be tormented in fire and brimstone in the presence of the Lamb. You're going to drink of that cup. It says, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will require thy hand. That's important. Another scripture. Let's go to Matthew 10. It says Matthew 10:27. What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light, and what you hear in the ear, that preach ye upon the housetops. You know what I'm saying? So what we're telling you has been revealed to us by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua to our elders, starting with elder apostle, Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Ramla. What I tell you in darkness, that what I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light. And what ye hear in the ear, that preach ye upon the housetops. You know? Another scripture. Let's go to Google. Says, least Satan should get an advantage of us. We are not ignorant of his devices. Now let's go look at that word devices.
Strong's G 3540. Naima. Naima.
It says a mental perception, a thought, an evil purpose. That which thinks, the mind, thoughts, or purposes. Let's look at the definitions. A perception, purpose, or by implication, the intellect, disposition itself, device, mind, thought. Let's look at the root word.
Strong's G 3539. Naeo.
To perceive with the mind, to understand, to have understanding, to think upon, heed, ponder, consider. To exercise the mind, to comprehend, consider, perceive, think, understand. So we're not ignorant. We're not ignorant of his plans. We're not ignorant of his inner thoughts. We're not ignorant of the things he wants to do. Why? Because we struggle not against flesh and blood. It says Ephesians 6:12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. You know what I'm saying? And this mark, this institution of the mark is spiritual wickedness in high places. You know what I'm saying? Because one is coming by the principality, the ruling power. It's coming by the rulers of the darkness of this world. You know what I'm saying? Which would be your top banking families, would be your top dignitaries, your top political leaders, stuff like that. Because they're all in cahoots. They're all in cahoots. And just a scripture that comes to mind about that, we go to Psalms 83. It says, a song of Asaph, keep not thy silence, O God, hold not thy peace and be still, O God. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Let's look at this word tumult.
Strong's H 1993. Hama.
Tomorrow, growl, war, cry aloud, mourn, sound, make noise, tumult, to be clamorous, to growl, to murmur, to roar, to be in stir, to be in commotion. Let's look at the root word. To distract, ring again, make a great noise. Yeah, that's what they're doing. With not only with this Christianity stuff, you know what I'm saying, but with everything that they circulate in the society. They make a big tumult. They've set folly at great dignity, as Ecclesiastes said. You know what I'm saying? Folly is set at great dignity. You know what I'm saying? And Proverbs, let's go straight to it. Proverbs 17:11. An evil man seeketh only rebellion. Therefore, a cruel messenger shall be sent against him. You know what I'm saying? That's all they propagate in the society is rebellion against the Most High, rebellion against his law, statutes, commandments, rebellion against his word. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, I'm gonna close out and say the mark is something physical. It's not spiritual. It's something you can't get wrong, because if you get it, it's a test that only got one right answer and multiple wrong ones. You know what I'm saying? That being said, I'm gonna say Shalom, Halawayah, Kala Yahweh Bashim Yashai, Bashim Wakar, Kwadash, Shalom.